Hey, and welcome to Mom Talk, episode 15.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Tanya.
Tanya.
We're glad you're here.
I am drinking, I can never say it. Del Leche? No. Dol something.
I feel like we all know what you mean.
I hope so. It's the Italian
Del
one. It's got C's and L's and U's.
D's and E's.
Yep.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
She's drinking that one.
It's really good.
Is it?
Oh, I like it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm drinking butterscotch. I went with a solid one today. I felt like I needed a solid win today with my coffee. So
Nice.
And it's good.
It's good. It always makes you feel nice when it's...
Yeah. Oh, I just spilt it all over the place. So that's perfect. That's just, this is me.
This is real life. And we were laughing because my hair is so big today. It's out of the camera if I sit up straight.
Yeah.
But I was going for I saw a tutorial on how to do a fun mom bun.
I really like it. It's a bit higher than I was like, oh, she went high. But it reminds me of the Beehive in a sense. Is that what you're like? Is that 50s, 60s? But it just is a reminder of like how all those things come back, right? And I feel like also it's doubly appreciated when it comes back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you see something, you're like, oh, I remember that. Except some things. Some things are not.
What?
Like, I don't know. Like bleached. This is probably in, and I'm sorry, but the bleached, high-waisted, like up your bum jeans, they shouldn't have come back.
Do you know what I think is really funny? Is like
high-waisted is good. Jeans are good.
Love high-waisted.
Bleach doesn't bother me. It's just the positioning.
The tight bum.
And
yeah.
For
like my entire life, I have fought with the hairdresser because I have a natural part in the middle of my head.
Yeah.
And so for my entire life, they're always like, would you like me to part your hair on the side? And I'm like, no, because it's just going to go in the middle. And now the side part is gone.
Well, no, but I'm in the
middle
side
part is in.
It's in, but I'm still with the side part because that's just old. Yeah. But that's how my hair, like when I do it the side, it goes funky at the back, like it feels like it doesn't lay properly. So and it's not very much, like it's like just like here, but yeah. But yeah, I can do older styles. But the problem, I actually don't have a problem with saying, oh, you're old with that. Because when I was like 16, I would go into Reitman's and buy stuff. And people would say to me, oh, that's too old for you. Like, you should be getting something younger. And I'm like, no, I like this. This is what I'm buying. So
people told you it was too old for you?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I'm fine. But I'm like, I don't really care. If I like it, I feel comfortable in it, I'm going to buy it. And like even the other day I was wearing space buns like up high, like all my hair up high.
Yeah.
And I've heard people say like in certain things like, oh, you're too old to wear it like that. I'm like, I don't care if I'm 80 and I'm wearing like this. If I like it, I'm going to wear it like this.
And you rock it.
Thank you. I hope I do because I just want to.
It's all about the confidence. All right, so I have a video.
Yes, ears. Where's our ears? Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to look down here.
Isn't that cool?
That is really cool. That looks very cool and something I probably wouldn't get around to doing, but looks very cool. And I bet if you like froze them just a little bit, they would like come out a bit easier.
Well, and I was just thinking too, like as like a popsicle, right? You could freeze it and then give it to the I'm thinking like little babies, or they're like
yes,
I mean, maybe not the toothpick, but
at a birthday party or something like that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's so pretty.
It is very pretty.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, so we'll see who gets around to doing that first.
You know what? I'm actually much more likely to do that at the trailer.
That's true.
I have no
I
energy
have
to do
to
anything
stop
around the
because I can
house.
just keep watching
Watching
it over and over. I'm gonna be like, oh wow, new order, and it looks so pretty.
Yeah, no, when I get the trailer, I feel like I
That's
have
true.
more energy to do stuff.
Cool. It's still
funny.
The phone, I could see behind her bum that it was lit up. Sorry,
It's so funny.
the video just kept going.
So it made me think like the melons and the fresh fruit was very like summer's coming.
Yes, it is. And we've had like a busy weekend. We actually got to go swimming for the first time. You did not. When swimming for the first time with the kids, we took them over to your parents' house. And I got in with the kids because I'm the only adult that's crazy enough to do it at that temperature. It was cold.
My husband doesn't swim like on the hottest of days.
I know. And I was like, hey, you're going to go swimming? He's like, It's like, you're going to go swimming? He's like, do you want me to go swimming? I was like, yes, of course. But he did not,
But he did stay outside the whole time, which is huge. Normally he's inside.
But also, it would have been just me. So Jen was
I was at a birthday party.
After birthday party, and Brian was working. So it would have just been me with all of the kids. So I'm glad he stayed outside. But I was also really excited because we got Eliza in, even though it was fairly cold. Like, I was expecting her to not.
Loves water.
But we played with her feet in the water for a while, played some games, and then finally, like, dipped her in a bit and, like, dribbled on her hair, like, with the water and stuff. And then my kids just jump all over the place. They love it and everything. So I'm really looking forward to more times with swimming.
Yeah.
And all that. And then something cool this week is Micah has learned how to cast a rod. So for fishing. So my dad taught him how to cast, and he's so happy and proud of it. And it's really neat to see, like, something that my dad has taught me. And now he's teaching Micah, and just a little smirk of him being, like, so proud. So actually today, Cadence and I were at a bridal shower, and then we went and found them. They were at down at the park, and they were fishing by the water. So we went down, and I thought it was funny because Micah was doing really well, but then they started getting silly. Cadence tries to cast on the grass, like, twice in a row.
That would still be
I'm
me.
like, I know, I said that. Cadence, that would totally be me. Like, I can cast, but there's, like, it's like 7 out of 10 times as good. There's going to be 3 times out of those casts that I get it in a tree, I get it on, like, somewhere, and my dad has to save it, or whatever. But Micah was doing pretty good. But then Cadence, with her silliness with that, and he was really like, okay, well, I can do a cast for you, sister. It's okay. But then he just whips.
Because now he's showing off.
But he was, in a sense, but wasn't even showing off, like, look at me, whatever. He was, like, macho, like, I can do it for you, like, let me, because I've learned how to cast. And right into a willow tree. A worst kind. Like, it just gets right in. So Dad had to snap the line, but they seemed fine with it because they had fished for a while and everything. And then Micah had been there for a while, hadn't caught anything, and Cadence did one and caught something.
Of course.
But he handled it really good, which I was really proud of him. He was like, of course, she caught it, and I was here, and and did like a pretend like rolling of the eyes and whatever, and could have went either way.
Yeah.
But it went good. So we were pleased with that. But
good.
Is there anything like you get excited to see, like your parents passing on things to your kids that you remember your dad teaching you or doing with you?
I don't know, nothing like specific. Like my dad and I just spent a lot of time. Like we both love to talk, and so we just spent a lot of time talking to each other. So it just makes me happy to see when my kids just get along and connect with my parents.
Yeah.
And I know my daughter spent a week at my parents a little while ago, and like they really connected over bird watching, which I didn't do with my dad, but like it was just so cool that he's been watching these birds and knows all about them, and then was like getting her into it, and it was really cool to see that.
That's really neat. I think it's fun when you have those things. I know, like, Dad and I would drive because we would, like, say, drive up to Coburg where Tyler and Mom were working and having those conversations and stuff. One time, actually, this is very random, but the air condition broke in his vehicle on the way driving, and I had a little fan, like handheld fan, and I feel like maybe I'm misremembering, but the windows weren't working either, or it was that we were on the 401 and he
you
didn't
can't
want
really put
blow the windows down.
Yeah.
But it was constantly like I was like going like this with my shirt and then fanning my dad as he drove. Fond memory of us trickling with sweat trying to drive in the middle of the summer. But yeah, that was warm, very warm. So you were going to talk about something you tried last week with Jack.
Yes. So Jack's been struggling, in particular with apologizing. So it's been really hard to get him to apologize. And so what I did, because I thought I've got to I got to make it easier, like break down the barriers somehow, right? And so we started out by saying, because I know choice is really helpful, so saying you can say I'm sorry with a hug or with your words, but then that wasn't working either. It worked for a little while. And then someone suggested, why don't you get him to have a card that he can hand over? And so I wrote a little card that said, like, we're making a card together, Jack, and like, I'm sorry from Jack. And then he opened it up and he like drew his own stuff inside of it. And then I carried that with me everywhere I went. And it came in handy because, like, instead of having me standing over him, waiting and waiting and waiting for him to apologize, I gave him the card. And then I said, when you're ready to apologize, you can come bring the card to whoever, right? And so he would sit on his timeout until he was ready to get off, and then he would come and bring the card. And so that worked for a little while. He definitely crumpled the card up this weekend and threw it away. But he has apologized a couple of times with his words and like in a reasonable amount of time too.
Okay, that's good.
So I'm like, hey.
When did he apologize? Like today in a reasonable amount of time?
Oh yeah, he had the remote control in his hand and he had it like hidden. And Scott was like, "Give me the remote control," and he was like, "I don't have it." And we were like, "That's a lie," and he was like, "That is not a lie." And anyways, we sent him up to his room, and Scott went up just a couple minutes later, and then he came back down, and I said, are you waiting for Jack to apologize? He goes, nah, he already admitted that he did something wrong and he apologized. And I was like,
that's awesome. And I wonder if it, for different circumstances, maybe a laminated card, like he like
that he can't crumble up.
Yeah, but if he makes up a card again, and you laminate it, and maybe there will be times where he can quickly apologize.
Yeah, I might make it smaller, like
a small, an
index card.
Yeah, an index card. Yeah, and but then maybe something that's an option if it's taking him a long time.
Yeah,
but it kind of seems like there was a situation yesterday at swimming, and he just did not want to apologize and stuff, but it does seem like he sometimes needs time to come up with that. And I think like the
time for everything, because even today he had garbage that he had to pick up off the floor, and so I left him. I moved him away from the group, put the garbage in front of him, and said, when you're ready to join us, pick it up. And he sat there for a long time.
And the day before, you were on a schedule for him to try to apologize, and that did not go well. And he was still, you said, visibly upset for at least 15 minutes after his time was kind of over to make that okay. So I'm wondering if that's a huge thing for him is to have that time. And so yesterday we got him settled a little bit, but then he also remained by himself for another 10 at least minutes, and then he was able to apologize.
Yeah, it took him a really
so I'm wondering if that he needs, maybe he's a processor like me. I'm rubbing off on people. Speaking of which, Micah, we always know that Micah's a lot like me, but I just keep noticing more and more like that processing. And so a couple times this week, so he wore long sleeves, and I said, buddy, you're going to be too hot in the long sleeves. Like, you need to wear short sleeves. No. Or like, I don't want to, or no, or I'm fine. Or I said, are you going to change? No, I'm fine, or something like that. And so he went downstairs, and I just took a short sleeve with me and set it on the table, and then all of a sudden he changed. And he just needed that time to come by it. And then I had gotten him a new outfit and showed it to him. I said, do you like it? And he said, yeah. I said, do you want to wear it today? He said, no. and he did a few other things downstairs.
Where I'd be like, yes, yeah.
Did a few other things downstairs, went upstairs, and then he came down with it on. And I said, did you need time to think about it? And he's like, yeah, I just needed to think about it or something. So I'm trying to give him the words now that I needed to because they hear me say all the time, I need to process that. And Cadence, what was it? Was it today or was it with you when I said, did you hear that when Cadence asked me like something like, do you need to process this, or after you process this, can you answer whatever?
Yes.
So
I thought that was good. Somebody recently who was not you.
You talk to other people?
Sometimes. I was talking to them, but now I can't remember who it was. But anyways, I was talking to them and they said, give me a minute to process that. And I was like, oh!
Other people use this vocabulary. It's helpful.
I think so.
It was helpful when I learned that about myself, that I needed time to think about things.
It helps you to advocate without having to make a decision right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very helpful, and something that I'm trying to hopefully pass along to my boy who
needs that time.
Yeah, for sure. So, what are we talking about now?
Well, we brought up the trailer last week, right? And we have exciting news for you.
That sounded very and news for you. I don't know who that sounded like for like a movie or something. I don't know what it sounded like, but yeah. So you're up at the trailer, and my parents typically for a little while will rent a cottage or something there, but they're very unsure if it has air conditioning, which is really hard. So if I don't get my sleep, I very quickly struggle with my mental health. And so, it's been unsure if there's going to be air conditioning, not, or whatever. So I was trying to come up with, plans. I know a few years ago when they had it, I would just get in my car and drive because it had air conditioning. And I'm like, gas prices are too high for
Way too high for that.
And then, hanging out at your place, which we do anyways, but, sleeping, that is huge. And you have a full trailer.
I know we were trying to brainstorm.
Yeah, we're we can sleep foot to head and whatever.
How many kids can we fit in a double bed?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so your friends are renting out their trailer, which is right behind you guys. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to rent it out for a couple of weeks. I felt bad because of my parents are renting this, spending that money on this, and then for us to rent something else, and money's always tight where we're at. So I kind of felt bad for that, but then Brian's like, I will work as many overtimes as possible because he has seen how it affects me when I can't get my sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm actually looking forward to it. In
a different way.
Yeah. I'm looking forward because my parents will still be there. My kids will have them, and my kids can choose either to stay with my parents or back and forth or whatever. And just having an air conditioning, it's huge for me to have an air conditioned spot. And so I'm looking forward to it. But I thought of it too after that year when we had it and there wasn't air conditioning. I did not sleep well for 2 weeks. It was bad. Now, I don't know if this is actually connected. I think it was just circumstances that fell into place. But we were driving home and Bryce said something, someday I'd like to go here and do this or whatever. And then I said, I don't know what I said. Sometimes I just like to go. And he's like, where? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, with who? By myself. And I was just very blah. A month later, I did have a mental breakdown. So I don't know if this whole thing is no, this is not happening again. I will spend whatever to get you an air conditioning trailer. Again, I think there was
the mental breakdown.
Yes, I think there was a lot involved with that.
Or as we're learning to say, meltdown.
Meltdown. No. Or is that okay? So. Tell me your definition.
I have no idea.
Okay, because when I mean meltdown, I just mean cry or get emotional.
Right.
And so when Brian hears meltdown, he hears like breakdown, like
yes,
a breakdown. So when I had like jokingly, I was stressed out and was like, I'm not gonna have a meltdown today, he immediately got like trying to be helpful but exploding, and because he's like scared that I'm going to have a mental breakdown.
Yeah, you're right. Meltdown is very like in the moment.
Yes.
Where breakdown would be
the mental breakdown, like a mental breakdown.
Like you need
like I'm
help.
Yes. And
you can't recover from that.
Yes. On my own. So
yeah.
Anyways.
I get that.
That. So then now we're like, okay, meltdown is just like me like having a hard time in the moment. Chill. Okay, not everything has snapped. Like, yeah.
That's awesome.
So I'm wondering if that kind of came up a little bit. But I'm excited that we get to, like, we would have seen each other for those 2 weeks anyways, but now we'll be even closer. That's fun and exciting. So, we have something planned.
We have some exciting news, guys.
Are you ready?
Special stuff. We mentioned one last week, but we have something new to announce this week.
So much. So much stuff.
I'm
not going to have a meltdown over it, though, guys. I'm just joking.
We are going to be having some special guests for
this. I may have a meltdown about.
Yeah, we are going to be doing a Father's Day special for June 19th-ish, around that time.
Yeah.
And so our husbands are going to join us for Mom Talk.
I'm nervous and excited all at the same time. Who knows what Brian Hendrick will say?
You know, I was just going to say, that's because who knows what your husband's going to say.
Exactly. We have no idea what is going to happen.
I have a feeling there will be lots of laughs.
I have a feeling lots of laughs and lots of edits.
Could be.
There will probably be lots of edits.
But I'm looking forward to laughing.
But it will be fun. Yes. And even, okay, so today I had a bit of I forgot my medication this morning. That's always good. And so around 3:30, I started to not feel well. That's my first kind of like my eyes start to feel funny. So I had the pills with me to stop that. But I didn't have like my anxiety pills. And I was doing okay, and sometimes that's fine. But I think with the busyness of everything of the weekend, and I was tired, and then all of a sudden at like 5-ish, I start getting, for me, it comes off like, I feel like almost like I'm going to puke, but not really, and like almost gaggy and like short of breath. It was not a fun feeling. That was not fun.
And so you're hoping that doesn't happen when we have the guys on?
Yeah, I actually don't know where that connected with that.
Prime time with
I don't know, but that's what happened with my brain. Yeah. That's what it put me into.
So look forward to our special Father's Day edition coming soon.
That will be interesting.
And we're doing
I remembered. Can I say?
Yes.
Okay, it was because of laughs. I was unsure about tonight if I could do it tonight because of how I was feeling. But then I was like, when we get here, we do have lots of laughs together, and it is really good. That was my connection.
Very good.
Yeah.
So we are having a live show. So we're really excited.
We
are doing a live show, so you can join us. We can read your comments and like interact with us.
Please don't leave us all by ourselves when we're doing a live show.
So our live show is going to be on June 26th at 8:30 at night.
Yes.
Because we got to stick the kids in bed first.
So please come and join us that day so we can chat with you.
And you're going to want to join us because that is our draw date. We are offering a prize pack. There's a post that you need to like and comment and share.
And we've had lots of action with that, which is really cool.
So
we have a mug, a book, and a devotional.
It's not a mug.
It's just wait, a book? It's a book? No. It's a book and chocolates. What else?
There is a coloring book.
A coloring book.
Some chocolates and a devotional book. And the devotional book is called Because Crack is Illegal.
With the coffee. mug on the
There's a coffee mug on the book. We are not giving you a coffee mug. Story. Maybe next time. So,
Oh.
anyways.
Aren't you glad I came tonight?
So, like us and subscribe and all of that fun stuff to be entered into the draw. And we will do the draw on our live show on June 26th at 8:30. We're very excited. Well, some of us are a little bit more excited tonight than others, but she'll get there, guys. She'll get there.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Just have to set a few extra alarms to make sure you take it. If you can't laugh about it, like, what good is it?
Right? Exactly. Yeah.
Anyways,
That'll be good.
it has been fun hanging out with you. Like us on Facebook. Give us a big thumbs up. Check us out on YouTube and subscribe. Yeah,
Comment. Make us feel loved
absolutely.
and not alone in this world.
We'll see you next time.